This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for July 31, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, fake cops rob $1 million from Trelawney businessman. A probe has been launched after men pretending to be police officers robbed a householder of almost $1 million at Hammersmith District in Bounty Hall, Trelawney last week. The robbery was reportedly committed at the house of a businessman from the community, the police said. Information reaching the news is that around 6:50 p.m., the businessman was at home when a white Toyota Voxy drove up. It was reported that 4 men, armed with handguns and a rifle, alighted and identified themselves as policemen. The men, it is understood, requested a search of the businessman and found $300,000 in his pocket. They took the money. The alleged lawmen proceeded into the businessman's house, where they searched and found a safe which contained about $500,000. They instructed him to open it, and he complied. The men took all the money, left in the said motor vehicle, and made good their escape. The businessman later reported the matter, and a probe was launched. 3 shot 2 fatally in Mountain View. 3 men were shot 2 fatally by gunmen in Mountain View, St. Andrew on Sunday night. Police reported that about 10 p.m. on Sunday, armed assailants shot and injured 3 men at a residence on Mountain View Avenue. 2 of the men succumbed to their injuries, while a third was critically injured and has been hospitalized. The Corporate Communications Unit confirmed the shooting. After couple dies in crash. Residents in Little London, Westmoreland, are appealing for cattle farmers to secure their animals following 3 crashes, one of them fatal on the New Hope Main Road. The crashes occurred in the space of a week and involved a car and 2 motorcycles. The latest incident occurred about 8:15 Sunday night when Constable Tajay Ebanks, who was riding a motorcycle, collided with a cow. Constable Ebanks, who was attached to the Westmoreland Police Division's Traffic Department, was pronounced dead at hospital. It is understood that the cop had been working at the Wet and Wild party in Negril and was on his way to Savannah Lamar with the hope of returning to Negril for another party where he was assigned to continue working for the night. "Me hear irks, and when me peep out, me see the cow in the road and the man, and me run come out," said a resident. About an hour after the crash, one butcher from the community said he had begun severing the animal to salvage some of the meat, which he claimed was still fit for consumption, since not much time had passed. Despite its usefulness to him and maybe some others, all the residents are concerned about the number of animals roaming these streets at night. The cow them a create a lot of damage, you know. Me nah lie. And if we do catch them a go say a thief we a thief them, another resident lamented. 15 homeless after gunmen set dwellings in Portmore Villa ablaze. Over 15 people, including children, were left homeless as a result of a fire believed to be the work of arsonists in Portmore Villa, Gregory Park, St. Catherine on Sunday. The Portmore Criminal Investigations Branch says about 5:30 a.m., the victims were awoken by several men, some of whom were armed with rifles and handguns. The gunmen reportedly kicked open the doors and took away the occupants' cellular phones. They then poured a substance believed to be gasoline before setting ablaze all 8 bedrooms. The assailants managed to escape. The police and the fire department were alerted, and on their arrival, 3 premises were seen engulfed in flames. No injuries were reported to the police. Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, acting divisional commander for the St. Catherine South Division, said the police will be increasing their presence in the area and urged the cooperation of residents. The St. Catherine South Police will not relent in their efforts, and we will continue to conduct operations to reduce the opportunities for criminals to commit crimes, said Nicholson. In the meantime, investigators are appealing to anyone with information that can assist them with identifying these men to contact them at 876-949-8403, Police 119 emergency number, Crime Stop at 311, or the nearest police station. 8-year-old boy killed in Kingston double murder. The police are probing a double murder and a shooting in Burger Gully, Kingston East Sunday night. Gunmen reportedly struck sometime after 10 p.m. when they opened a fire at a house, hitting the occupants. Information reaching the news is that a man and an 8-year-old boy were killed. The man has only been identified as Joel, while the child has been identified as DJ Dawes. A third person, a male, remains hospitalized. The area is tense and the police are patrolling the space. Hanover man given 15-year prison sentence for sexually assaulting young relative. An elderly Hanover man who was convicted for sexually assaulting a relative who is a minor over a 3-year period has been sentenced to 15 years imprisonment for grievous sexual assault. He is also sentenced to 7 years imprisonment for attempted sexual intercourse with a person below the age of 16. The elderly family member was found guilty by a jury on July 19 and is sentenced today in Hanover Circuit Court. His name is being withheld to protect the identity of the teenage victim. The sexual assault by the elderly family member began in 2015 when the victim was 9 years old and lasted until 2017, according to the child's mother. Family members believe the ordeal caused her to attempt suicide in 2021, which led to another sexual assault, this time by a male aid worker at the Noel Holmes Hospital in Hanover, where she was getting medical care. Nursing aide Damian Bigby, 46, was convicted last year of indecent assault for fondling the teen at the Noel Holmes Hospital, where she was being treated after the suicide attempt. Supreme Court to begin hearing Corporal Rohan James's interdiction challenge. The Supreme Court will this afternoon begin hearing the application filed last week on behalf of Chairman of the Police Federation, Corporal Rohan James, challenging the decision of Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson to interdict him. The hearing will be held in chambers. Bert Samuels, one of the attorneys representing the Federation chairman, is asserting that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is punishing his client ahead of an internal hearing to determine his innocence or guilt. Corporal James was interdicted for his comments about overtime pay at a funeral earlier this month. Based on police service regulations, Corporal Rohan James is only to receive 3/4 of his salary, hand over all items of government property, and cannot leave the country without a permission from the Governor General. But Mr. Samuels believes the regulations in this matter go against the principle of natural justice. We will look to see whether the court would think that an interdiction is right. Remember now, interdiction operates outside of the normal court setting. He is being punished. He is getting 3/4 pay without the hearing. The fundamental constitution issue here, should someone be punished before they are heard, that's a huge point. Secondly, under the interdiction rules, he must be given 14 days to show cause why he behaved in the way that he had behaved. Now we have a situation where he has not given any cause why he has done it, and they have not awaited him, given a reason why he's spoken the way he did, before he's been punished. So it's as though someone has been punished before they're found guilty, the attorney pointed out. Corporal James has been served with multiple charges and is slated to appear before a court of inquiry. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.